I'm Reginald Price. I am a Air Force veteran. I graduated from the Citadel in 1966. I got my commission there and served 20 years in the Air Force. And so what does Veterans Day mean to me? As I was thinking about this question, I thought about my classmates and the time that when we were going to school. Vietnam was the big deal. I had a classmate, and I'll preface this by telling you, I am a terrible student. I was probably the last graduate in my class. But there was a guy named Johnny Fuller. Johnny was fourth in his class, in our class. Johnny was commissioned like I was, except he went into the Marine Corps. This was in May of 1966. By March of 1967, he was in Vietnam and was killed in Vietnam. He was leading a group of men, and they came under fire, and it resulted in him being killed. So when I think of Veterans Day, I think of Johnny. And I just wonder, you know, Johnny was fourth in his class. He was a smart man. So what would his life have been like if he hadn't chose to go and serve in the Marine Corps and defend his country, or at least follow what he thought the government of our country was wanting to do, and he was wanting to serve that. So he served under our flag, and so that's what Veterans Day means to me. As I think of Johnny and all those that followed him from my class and all other classes, but those specifically I knew personally, and so that's what Veterans Day means to me. It's real personal. Hi, I'm Reggie Price, and I'm the one that has been playing taps for Pleasant Hill for the last few years. And so it come to mind that maybe an explanation of what taps is would be in order. Well, taps started way back in the 1860s during the American Civil War, when a guy for the Union was fighting, and his son was fighting for the Confederacy. And he discovered his son had been mortally wounded and subsequently died in the Union camp. And so he went to ask this commander if he could have military honors for his son. And his commander said no, because he was a Confederate. So no, you cannot have military honors for him. And he said, well, I've written this little tune. Could I play that then instead at his funeral? And the commander said, sure, that'll be okay. So it's only about 4 tones. I forget now how many notes it is, about 24 notes, I think. But it's a familiar tune that everybody knows. And so he played this at his son's funeral. Well, it was a somber bugle call. And so it became a bugle call that was played at the end of the day. So it marked the very end of a military day. And so whenever you heard taps, it meant that lights out, time to start sleeping. So as time went on, not only this man's son, but all military people now, whenever there is a funeral, the last thing that's done is the taps is played. And so I like to play it. I'm getting kind of old now, but I still try to do my best to play it. And I have recently joined an organization. It's called Buglers Across America. And if you ever, you or your parents or anybody that you know of that needs a live bugle, this day and age, there are so many funerals, there's not enough buglers. And so this organization has been founded, and it's made up of high school students, college students, anybody that can play a trumpet or a bugle that can sound the bugle call taps. They're members of this organization. And you can go online and find buglerscrossamerica.com, and you can put in a request for a live bugler, because so many funeral homes, they play a recording because there's just not enough live buglers to do it. And so this is the best substitute we have, is a recording. But if you want a live bugle call, which is what I encourage, go to Buglers Across America and fill out the application there, and someone like myself will read that and volunteer to play bugle call for your loved one. Hi, I'm Reggie Price. I'm gonna sound taps for you at this time. A couple of things to remember. Taps is sounded on a bugle when there is a military funeral, or there is some sort of memorial service similar to what you're at today. So at this time I will do this, and the proper protocol for when you hear taps is you should stand very still, put your hand over your heart, very similar to when you hear the national anthem. Taps is being sounded in memory or in honor of someone, so we show that respect by standing, putting your hand over your heart, and standing still until you hear it completed.